All right, what is up, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? What's up, Lucas? Sniper, thank you for the raid with the 5 viewers as well. Luterav, Ducky, how we doing? How we doing? Rock me. How is everybody doing on this fine evening? Hot Sauce Alfredo 117. OB, go look at Discord. Go 117. Sorry. Go look at your Discord there on the TimberBuilds channel. I did something special for you. Since you don't use Twitch, so it's the best I could do. Welcome to Drowned 2, right? I'm ready. I'm ready. What's up, NATO Slum? David. What's up, everybody? The reunion is starting. We're so close. How'd everybody like that that awesome Casually Grounded today? It's got me pretty hyped. Got me pretty hyped. Not that I wasn't already hyped, but more hyped. Ashley Smoking Ninja, welcome in, welcome in. What number, Alfredo? Excited, excited. Yep, I can't wait for it either. Got you, 117. I can't give you a legendary, but I can help you out there. It doesn't go unnoticed, my man. The support and everything. What'd you miss on Casually Grounded? I can't even tell you. It's too much. You gotta go watch it. They did some base building. Not that, I mean, let's be honest. I love Eric. Could we call that base building? Was that... It was more like piece placing, right? A little bit more like a piece placing of an item placing. I don't know if he was building. But they showed off some of the cool stuff that they're adding. We got to see the new bricks. We learned that you can use mushroom underwater and the new like mud bricks or whatever. I didn't actually look at what they were actually called, but you can use those underwater. There's some new like ovens and beds and decor and stuff for the underwater bases. There was the slightest hint at a quartz glass, but I'm interested to see how they implement a quartz glass piece, because the windows didn't look like they had glass. So I'm interested to see how where that goes. I don't know if we're getting like glass, but it's the start of potentially getting it at some point. What's up, Raider? Mika. Welcome, welcome. Okay, week and a half off because of farming burnout, but I'm ready to grind out of the rest of this tower and get things ready for the show. Let's go. Or 4 show. Yeah. So sitting here waiting for the Jeopardy music. But it was cool. It was very cool. It's good to see. Yeah, definitely watch it after tours. Water base, not like what you expect, but still like it anyways. Yeah. I think... So what they also hinted at is like the swimming part of underwater bases makes it feel not as much of a base, but once you get whatever the diving suit thing is, it'll feel more like you're walking in a normal base. And the bubbler thing, I don't know if there's a better way to do it. Like I didn't really expect like a Subnautica level base where it became like fully enclosed and the water drained outside type of thing. I feel like that's just really a complicated mechanic to make work for water bases. So this is like a good happy medium. You can build and do stuff underwater, which is better than kind of the best of both worlds. Yeah, you're gonna have a space boo suit. The devs were taking notes from all of us on your show. It does feel that way. It does feel that way. Do you plan to change the burr floors with mushroom floors? Probably not. I do really like this. The key being mushroom floors can be placed everywhere. They didn't specifically say that you wouldn't be able to use them everywhere. It looked like they were above ground on the previous thing, so I think they'll be fine. But I really like this floor. I'm not upset about it. I think we'll use it in other places, though, for sure. Cannot wait for Grounded 2 because I'm on PlayStation. Reason why I'm here. Got to know the streamers of Grounded 2. Yes, Lucas. You're in a good spot. You're in a good spot. Get to know the community. Yeah, they revealed water bases, essentially. Break from base building on Grounded was base building in Pal World. Hey, a break, building in a different game is a completely different thing, you know? Thank you, Smoking, for buying that 1 pack. Appreciate that. How did you do that? What's up, Woodchuck? The 2 kois? Yeah, that'll be fun. What's up, Immuno? How you doing? They're so beautiful, not gonna lie. I love how there's 2 kois. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Join? I'm not joining. We got things to do. Places to be. Can I stay for the stream tonight? I want to swing by to rip a pack. Yeah, what number? 1 through 12. Where we get going? You saw the bubbler and the brain already went to off-grading flooring with them in lower levels, multitudes, so the whole base can be breathable. Yeah, I think there's ways you're gonna be able to like make it good. For sure. I think there's gonna be a lot of options with it, so it'll be fun. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Lucas, it's a good place to be. I have to be honest, underwater building looks underwhelming. I think it's going to be better than you may expect. Give it a chance, and remember, this is the first iteration. This is not the final iteration. That doesn't mean we aren't getting better or newer things. It is, I think, probably more complicated to get it just going, and then they will they'll take our input as base building community and other people, and they will they'll take it into consideration and make things better and stuff. How'd my son's camping trip go? It went very well. He had a lot of fun. Mushroom floors will take 2 pine cones per each full piece. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. That's about, like, what? Isn't that what the walls cost, sort of? Yeah, so same as a wall. I feel like that's proportionate since they're theoretically the same size, right? One full wall, 1 full floor. Underwater piece placing, yes. But we will see. It's gonna, there'll be adjustments, there'll be changes, and they'll get better over time. Underwater base is gonna be for survival more than build loving. I think we're gonna be able to do some fun stuff with it. I don't know. I think I'm going to try to figure out a way to build an overwater that transitions into an underwater base. I think that's going to be a really interesting concept. Join what? Join me? Join Ducky? We're doing base tours, y'all. We're doing base tours. All right, let's rip. Sorry, this was Alfredo's Chaos Rising. Where'd it go? Chaos Rising. All right. Baltoy, Brokey, Matang, Weedle, Ferrothorn, Deoxys, AZ's Tranquility, Beldum, Matang. Ooh, all right. A full art Dragagi. I do already have this one, but I'll take it. It's a good one. Actually, this is perfect. My card shop, my local card shop is looking for a couple more of these, so I can sell that to my local card shop guy that I know well now. Let's go. Or trade him for some cards I need. Sign of a good stream. Yes, definitely. Tour whose? Tour Duckies? Or who am I touring? I'm getting invited by Ducky. Ducky's not on the list. I'm confused. Vibe of underwater is just so amazing. I think it's going to be cool. Like deep water, grounded bases. I don't know. There's going to be some interesting stuff with it. That you can connect above water bases with underwater. Yeah, that's... But like, in a perfect world, there'd be like the pagoda type thing that they had, and maybe that's not in the thing. But find something where we can build above and then transition into the water. I think it'd be pretty cool. Be a fun way to do it. Floating bases with attached underwater did sound cool. Yeah, there's some good options. You build something insane in the next update for the dev to notice. Oh yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna break everything as fast as we can, and make them regret everything. Free falling into the depths was cool. Yeah, it's the deep water is gonna be really interesting. I'm excited about it. Very excited about it. Yes. So for the order tonight, let's see. I could do Ducky's next time, potentially, yeah. But he didn't reach out and ask for me to join his world. So I have a lot of people in front of at this point. Did like the new look of the scaffolding pieces, yeah. Kind of cool. Hopefully you can build those above water as well and just be something. Sounds good, Alfredo. Have a good night. Bonus points to the diehards who build underwater. Under the shower lake? Oof, that sounds horrible. What's up, Big Cam? Just the base levels of the pond we saw in the Casually Grounded was amazing and opened so many doors, but just watch until we get the real abyss. Yeah, I think we've seen a very minimal amount. It'll be a lot of new stuff we could see. Bye, Alfredo. Good choice on the pack. Good choice. Okay, did I get XT's base? Not yet. So, Sniper Monkey, you are first then. So, for the order right now, we have Sniper Monkey, Immuno, Chunky Cereal. Did I get this one? No. Chunky Cereal, Hot Sauce, Ninja Boy, Void, Smokin', and a Raiderloon. So we'll see how many we get through. But let's get into it. I partially caught the last Casually Grounded. Should I finish that, or does this one fill in everything? Wouldn't necessarily say you need to watch the other one. I think sort of reiterates. It's a little maybe easier to catch a couple of the hidden things. There's a couple things they didn't show specifically. They showed in the last one, and didn't show in this one. Slightly different concepts, a little bit of redundancy. So I wouldn't necessarily say you have to watch the other, but it's worth, you'll catch some different things, especially for base building, because the last two have very much been about base building on top of other things, but it's been good. What's up, KMP? How you doing? Thank you for being on both as well. Say that they are 100% done with the pond. They might go back afterwards and add more to it. It seems like it's going to be very large. Turn markers on? They are on, right? Or is it other ones? Are they good? Are they on? Are they not showing up? I feel like you used to have more. Saying, have you been in Sniper Monkey's base? Not as many? Okay. Well, as you can already see... Hey, Lude. You gave him green. Okay, so you guys have been here. Was there some loot rev help here? Was there, as we get closer, was there a little bit of loot rev help here? Because I'm noticing some new features. This is an update of one we've seen before with all the butterflies. Yes, Ashley, it is. And now it has butterflies. Some butterflies. Yeah, I had not thought about butterflies instead of dragons. I was like, dude, what the? It's a very good iteration of what we saw in Lude's world. Is making yours look a little kind of puny and wimpy, Lude. If I'm being honest. Yours are looking all real tiny. Those are pretty wild. Yeah, the whole wall. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Holy butterflies. Working on different iterations? Yeah, I think I saw you post a couple, but I'm sure we haven't seen it all. But yeah, that's... Now this is giving off Butterfly Kingdom. If I'm being honest. This is screaming butterflies now. Big time. Also, dude, like, look at the walls. Those look great, too. Ooh, with stairs. I like it. So you came in here and built this. Is this creative? I don't even remember. Yeah, how did you build those? How did you build those without the freaking handy net, dude? Like, what? Those are huge. Looks like a nightmare. I was like, I thought it was survival, but I was like, it is a daunting task to build those in survival. Freaking wild. I'm kind of... Like, obviously, Ludoravs are very cool. But it's so much more fun to build things like that when you have a handy net. He built it with lots of swearing. Yeah, I don't even doubt that in the slightest. Holy cow. You even have, like, double curves. It's not even just one curve, like going in and back. Like, oh my goodness. Lots. This is freaking awesome. I'm loving it. Why do I even build anymore? Like, you guys are making me look bad. I need the handy net so I can build faster. I don't have enough time to build anymore. Loving the floor combinations. Those look freaking awesome. I definitely want to add more of these to my base. They just look so cool. I need the handy net, man. Yeah, how many deaths did you guys have building that thing? Even just like redoing the walls and stuff would have been nice and frustrating. It's getting freaking crazy. Too many. Well, I will say this. It was well worth the effort. Well worth the effort. Maybe you think differently, but it looks freaking incredible. And how sick. It makes I don't know what I'm more excited about. The build like this stuff in survival, or just the fact that you guys all like got together and built this as like a team. I think that's pretty freaking insane. It makes it even more special. The community is really communitying right now. Yeah, this was... I think you had this one here. I can't tell if it changed, though. Definitely looks way different in here because all this has been adjusted and changed. The layering, the levels. Crazy. Survival is the only way to build things really big. It definitely... It allows for a great sense of accomplishment.
Too hot for this place.
There are definitely times... Oh, hello. Butterflies in the Butterfly Kingdom. There are times where I wish I was in creative, because man, it's a pain sometimes. It's a rough life, living that survival world. But a sense of accomplishment of building something like this in survival is just on a different level. Is a different level of commitment. So which way do you want me to go first here, Sniper? Did me or did they increase the amount of needle spawns on and pine cones around the tree? There's the ice cream cart? I don't know. That I don't know. I haven't checked it out. With our powers combined. Go, go, Power Rangers. You want me to start on whatever? That looks new. Everything's on the lower levels? Okay. So should I start left? This way, left? Double the amount of needles and at least 3 or 4 more pine cones. Hey, the mo better, as I always say. Mo better. I always like mo. Left is fine? Okay. It's getting to that point where it's... The amount of levels and stuff to this is getting wild. Yes, no, maybe so. Because the mega build's going wild, they're increasing the amount of resources, and excuse me. Is that a lot of pebbles? Yes, this is an insane amount of pebbles. There's always more work to do, that is true. Figure out how to get into all this. Yeah, no, this is expensive. Very, very expensive. What are you building? Let's see, what is it? What is it? Oh, that's creepy. Tables? What the heck? Table eyebrows? What? How do you guys come up with this stuff? That's hot sauces? Okay. How do you come up with this stuff? Got to delete the body. Building like a whole dang person? Yeah, you got to delete it like it's not already big. Don't want to lag his game. I mean, I gotta say, I feel like it's running pretty good. All things considered, like, it's really not running poorly at all. I'm still impressed with the previous updates, fixing of all the mechanics. Oh, this is the garden. Okay, okay. Holy... Why have you even grinded this much? Rough on multiplayer? True, true. That's probably very true. It's working great on single player. Avatar is here? What? What the?
Just looking, I promise.
What the heck? You say it and I'm like, wait a second. There it is. The rainbow clovers got redone. 2 to 4 players gathering materials. Yeah. But even so, like, most of this was still done on single player and stuff. What was that? It's as if you are all working on the same team, yeah. Oh, is this survival with grounded 1 mushroom bricks? What? Where? What? Where? Huh? That? Is that what you're saying? What? Wait, when did they add these? When did they add these? Am I crazy? When did they add those? What? Gotta get all the armors to work right. Yeah, how are you using those? How did you get those? It's not creative, or else they would have the handy net. Hard to explain? What? Give us the tech. We need the tech. What do you mean? Cheated in how? What? How are you doing this? What do you mean? Them there were cheated in how? Oh, you modded. Okay. I was like, it's definitely not creative. Are you using the tidbits? Is that what it is? Oh, like Unreal Engine Unlocker, I'm guessing, or something like that? I'm jealous. Wand? What? I need the tech. I don't like playing with mods, it's fun. I mean, we'll get, hopefully next update we get these. Hopefully. Right? Feels like we have to. Oh, it sounds like it's just a mod. It's not like duplication glitches or anything. It's still survival. Yeah, we gotta see this at night. We done one of the things is getting broodmother parts. Yeah, but if they have a mod for it, then you can just spawn it, is what I'm guessing with those. Dude, this looks crazy. What's up, Grounded Phantom? Welcome in, welcome in. Dude, I'm loving the tree. It's freaking sick. Shastia, welcome in. Took it over an hour for the tree? Yeah, that's a lot of grids. That is a lot of grids. Worth it, though. Yeah, the tree design's sick. That is the tree that I've always wanted, that I've never... You gotta go big, as always, right? You have to go freaking huge. You can't just half do it. You gotta commit, right? Icicles in winter? Yeah, a little bit. It's designed off of Avatar, specifically, is what it's meant to be. Loving all the bridges and stuff, too. This is looking awesome. The off-grid, you can stack the lights like that pretty easily. They don't really mind as much. It's kind of annoying to do, but wouldn't say it's like the most fun thing in the world to place, but it's not super complicated. A lot of pumpkins. Wish they still did something not in around Halloween. Place is getting wild. Like the little roof structure, very nice.
Just looking, I promise.
So it lets you place that in the longer one, but it doesn't let you place the shorter ones next to each other, man. Silly Grounded. I like you, you took the advice as well. Clovers everywhere. Ooh, look at that chandelier. I'm loving this, man. Oh no. I don't know. I forgot. Everything's easy. When you good. Yeah, this looks quite good. Really gives off because it's like the... Well, I can't remember what you called it. Everyone made you get rid of your name, so I can't remember what all these areas are called. But this one was like the Clover Cove or something? How do you minimize the bug spawns? You don't really. Kind of just deal with them. Rainbow clovers, yeah. Now your next detail? Yes. Most of the bug spawns in these areas, things are just like trapped in certain spots. It's kind of the easiest way, just wall them off. Yeah, look at the rainbows. But yeah, as of right now, you just kind of deal with bug spawns. Or you block them out. Yeah, I'm liking it. If you go down, like, in some of the areas, there's not a whole lot right here, I don't think. But there's a couple spots, like, below this stuff that's all walled off. So there's, like, a bunch of orb weavers trapped below and, like, things like that. Yeah, or you build where there aren't bugs. But you never truly know. Of the rainbow cloves or something cool, come. This ain't this. That. What is this palisade? Be a library? Is that a clover? Or a butterfly? Being up on the tree, just have the spider spawns to worry about. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Then you lighting this all up. Did I not look up there? Oh no, you can't see it. See it at night? Okay. Couldn't tell if there was lights in it or not. Dude, I hopped on Grounded 1 to take some pictures for someone, and I feel so freaking slow right now. I had the ultimate speed build in Grounded 1 because of New Game Plus stuff, and I'm like, I feel so slow right now. It's like actually insane how fast I was in Grounded 1. Ooh. You even like made it like a butterfly pattern? Butterfly wings? What? It's very good. Very well done. What's up, Honey Jukes? Welcome in. Dude, the like subtlety of the butterfly shape is kind of wild. Because even this sort of gives like a butterfly wing effect. But that is like very subtle. I like that a lot. Very cool. It's looking, I mean, geez, there's so much space too, which is what the craziest part. Zoom in. All hail the butterfly. It's even got like a little green. Very well done. Hot sauce is up. Oh, three bases from now. It's the easiest way to say it. 3 bases we get to see hot sauce. All right, Sniper, is there anything else new? Outside of this ridiculous wall, the ridiculous everything. Say, is there anything else? As if this isn't a ton of crazy progress all over the place. What is happening here? What is this? Like, is this like one of those skydiving rooms? Practice range? Where's that? Call it a night. We'll watch the rest tomorrow. Sounds good, David. Appreciate you hanging out. Oh, it's gonna be a library. Okay. Just saw that and I was like, what is happening? Where's the range? The practice range? Oh, with the mats. Okay, okay. Oh, so like sprawling mat sort of things? That makes more sense. Internet is on the fritz. I'll have to catch the rest of the stream in the AM. Have a good night. Sounds good, 117. A good evening, my man. Enjoy that VIP, by the way. The boxing ring. Okay, okay. Where's my boxing gloves? I need boxing gloves to box. Yeah, I'm jealous. I want those. I gotta wait for everything. I love building those columns. They look so good. And there's so much you can do with them. He's over here trolling us. How dare you. Well, man. Incredible additions. I really don't have anything to say about any of those. Like, they're all freaking awesome. And so cool to see you guys all playing together. I think that's, like, even cooler.
I'm too hot for this place.
Uh-oh. No! We're gonna freeze!
Approaching snowman status.
Help me!
Oof, not getting that cold again.
Uh-oh. Yeah, then I was like, wait, hold on. Yeah, we did that. I've seen that before. This was the wrong way to run. Oh, no. Makes me jealous. I just want all the old things and all the new things. I want all the things, man. I need them back. I need everything. But yeah, Sniper, stick to it, man. I have no constructive criticism on any of this. This is all freaking awesome. It's really becoming like, it's been fun to watch the transition from like sporadic builds of all different kinds that have been started, and just seeing like it like is becoming like a kingdom, you know? It takes a long time. Like that's always the struggle is, but it's these like moments where you get to look at the progress of everything and start seeing like, okay, like everything's starting to be connected. There's like the bridges that go over everything. There's other people coming in and stuff. Like it's all really, really cool. It is coming together. But the old videos, it's so different. Yeah, it's changed so much. And like that's the hardest thing is when you're getting started is like seeing the potential of it all from the very beginning and like where it's gonna end up from this like blank canvas. Because I mean I remember when it was just like some basic walls going around, a basic entrance, and then we had this like massive platform, and then like everything that's been added just adds these like crazy details. Very cool, man. Very cool. Great upgrades. No plans, just build? Yeah. That's kind of how I work as well. What's up, Ducky? The tree is special. It is. It is. It does very much feel like Butterfly Kingdom. Now you need like 10 of these on the tree. Good luck. Have fun. Enjoy that. I wouldn't even want to build 2 of these things right now. Once we get the handy net. Jonas having trouble with joining a multiplayer game and Grounded 2. Not sure. Well, very cool, man. Crazy changes. If I made a Grounded 1 world, would you tour it? I mean, we can get a couple more. I think we have one or 2 other people that had maybe, I don't know who they were though. I can't, like I don't have their worlds or anything, so if we had a couple to do, it'd be easier to do Grounded 1. It's just hard to go back, you know? It's just a little difficult to go backwards with everything that's currently going on. Especially with the new update and everything, we're gonna have underwater bases to look at. Like, there's just gonna be so much. It's just hard to, like, go backwards to a game that we've kind of moved on from. I'm not saying no, but it'd have to be one of those times where, like, we don't have any Grounded 2 tours to do. Kind of how we did the Grounded 1 bases a while back. And we showed off just, like, some of the biggest, craziest ones that never got shown off. I'm sure multiplayer will get fixed sooner than later, though. There's just too much new, cool stuff to look at. Are you still here, Immuno? Saw you earlier. Yes, and that last one was Sniper Monkey's Butterfly Kingdom, for people who were curious. I forgot I didn't say that. But next up, we have Immuno Builder. Here, we've checked this out once before. Alright, so is everything new up? Or is there stuff around that I need to check out? If you haven't seen the original one of these, it is, this was an insane one. We got a freaking guitar. That's an actual bass. Some may even say a bass guitar. Fully functioning bass that goes up to the top. Insane. Time is dragging for this update. It really is. New stuff is up in the tree. Cow. But yeah, make sure you you check out the original bass tour we did on this. You can find that one. It's in the thumbnail. You can. This is the guitar is in the thumbnail. Yeah, as you can tell. Literal guitar. Dude's got a big head. August 11th, can't come soon enough. PTB is probably coming the last week of this month. There is no PTB. There is no PTB for this update. It only goes live on the 11th for literally everyone. PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, all at once. A little bar. No PTB whatsoever. Yep, we're just going. We're going for it. It is all in on this one. It might cause issues. It might work great. You never know, right? You never know. They're specifically doing it. I think they want everyone to experience it at the same time. So that's the big thing. PlayStation is very restrictive with how things like PTBs work. I don't know how PTBs are going to work moving forward, because you can't, like, if a game is on PlayStation, you can't release a PTB on Xbox and not PlayStation. So the reason that PlayStation didn't come to Grounded 1 essentially is that, like, PlayStation probably would have been added sooner, but with the early access model and PTBs, if they did a PTB up, like they released it on the PTB, it would have to be on PlayStation because they can't have them desynchronized. That's like one of their rules. And then if you like released the update, or say you got a week into PTB and you wanted to, say, change something, you would have to get that approved and then wait for the PlayStation network, early access network, to like approve changes and stuff. So you couldn't just like, oh, we had a big change, toss in an update, PTB's live. It's like you had to have PlayStation approve it. So it added this like another week to every single thing. So it really slowed down that process with PlayStation, just because they have some more strict limitations and stuff. So I'm interested. I'm curious if they're going to be doing PTB updates with PlayStation now being on it. I mean, I don't know if I'd say PlayStation's spoiled. I think they're just they have very strict rules and regulations towards how they treat early access. Expect your Xbox to crash? I mean, I would expect some crashes and stuff. Obviously, nothing perfect, but I think they've gotten pretty dang good at figuring things out. I mean, everything runs so much better right now that I feel like a lot of those issues are kind of fixed in many ways. But if it breaks, it'll break for all of us. So we all will just be in that same world. It does help that they have a bigger team working on it at the same time. Canopy flight deck. Maybe they're at a point where they're comfortable enough with the game development that they're just gonna do away with the PTB from here. I kind of hope they do. I've always sort of disliked the PTB because it just feels like it desyncs the entire community, because there's the people that jump on the PTB and beat everything and then they're done with it before the PTB even releases, like into the full release. And so you end up with this like huge part of the community that's beaten everything and then just moves on and leaves. And so it's like, feels counterproductive at time, although it's nice. It is nice, obviously, to have a little bit of that to make sure, hey, there's not a major problem then that we can't like fix or whatever. But at the same time, like, it's early access. If it breaks, fix it, and we'll live with it. This is for zip lines. I like it. I like it. That's very cool. Oh yeah, I really like how you did these like 3 little pieces and the stairs. This is another thing we saw from Beast Kang with like the stair roofs. Those look really nice. Playtesters to check things. They don't have enough playtesters. Is definitely part of it. Just using the public that wants to jump into test for them and why breaks for them should be addressed. Yeah, and that's what early access is for, in my opinion. If it breaks, right? Yeah, I like that a lot. It's very nice. These are great little additions. There's just so many things you can do now. Very, very unique and well designed. Yeah. Simple, easy, but small little cool build. This is at the tree near the entry. Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, if you didn't see, we did check this out once before, so all of this build was in the previous one as well. More center approach, yeah. Dude, I like these. Saw these when I was running through earlier. I'm loving all the different takes. Every time someone comes up with some new, like, street lamp type design, I'm loving them. The Aqua Bloom. You built the freaking... Hold on. Like, what? You and your realistic things. I remember, like, we saw this last time, right? But is it even... Like, it definitely looks different than it did, right? I feel like you had the start of this, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it that? Just that? I can't remember now. I definitely don't remember the flowers out the top. Ice cream cart and the pine tree. There is basically at the center of the future of this game. Yeah, technically, yeah. This is new? Okay, okay. It was confusing it with this. It does kind of have the same arm thing. Yeah, this like freaking watering can that's like actually got plants growing out of it. Like what? You and like the realistic real world things is kind of wild. And again, that they're like, I mean, these are like functional bases. They're not just like, this is cool looking. It's like, this actually works as like a garden, which is even wilder. Oh. I just wanted to see inside. Oh, there it is. Okay, okay. Haven't harvested your veggies. They were tending to them. They were tending to them still. Oh, it's even got like a handle. Very cool. I get no. Go down. It is very cool. So I'm guessing you like are eventually gonna make this into another watering catchment area. Yeah, I mean, he's even got people tending to the plants. Mario Lego vibes? Yeah, it really does. It's a whole world. I think that's like the cool part about the concept. So like the guitar, the watering can, like these things, they look massive. But what's cool about them is like they're essentially what would be probably roughly the size of like an actual guitar. Like maybe a little bit smaller than an actual guitar, but like scale wise, like kind of like a life-size watering can. So you like built your own thing and then totally just made it functional at the same time. And the gridding work is very well done. It's very clean. You can barely tell that there's multiple grids to place all these things. And then what I think is last, I think, another realistic build, the hoot quarters. Like a literal owl. Dude, I didn't even notice that. Like,
right?
look at all these grids. These are crazy, dude. You know how much of a pain those feet are? Like, that's not just like 1 grid, 2 grid, 3 grid. That's 9 grids to make a foot. And 18, like, holy cow. Even the wings are 4 grids. What the heck, dude? Like, how many freaking grids is that? What is you doing? You've committed. Freaking wild. It's the eyes with the doors. Oh my gosh, dude. I didn't even see that earlier. Oh, they follow you. I hate it. I hate it. They follow you. The eyes follow you. Do you see this? When you look, it looks like the eyes are following you. Oh, that's too creepy. I hate it. I hate it. Oh gosh, it's too real. It's too real. It's scary. Like in between the doors, it just like it's perfect. Oh my gosh, it's even creepier. That's freaking ridiculous. That is wild, dude. I wouldn't even have thought. Like it's cool to use the eyes from Dozer's thing, but like to make them into actual eyes by putting doors in front of them, crazy. Yeah, it's very fitting too. Yeah, it's just like an owl sitting on the tree. Dude, I don't know if we've seen anything this realistic in this game before. This is like straight up actual owl. And again, you've built an actual base in here we haven't even seen yet. It's so crazy. It's drive. That's wild. Freaking wild, dude. And again, not just a cool, like, design. Just actually a base. A functional base. Basketball, shooting area, hot tub. Like, so functional and ridiculous at the same time. And you have, like, these, like, layered grids and stuff. It looks so good. This is wild, dude. Again, every time I'm like, you can't do something better than a freaking guitar, and somehow here we are. Here we are, once again. Something wild I never expected. It's so good, dude. So freaking good. Just like, you've done it so well that it's almost too easy to look at like the grids and stuff and just be like, oh, that looks good. Like there is stairs on stairs, there's corners on corners, like layers on layers. There's so much going on in here. Actually insane. Got a little tail. This is wild. I mean, here, there's 4 grids right here. Now he's got one weird eye. Yeah, why is it? Why is it when it has the door? Why does it make it look like it's looking at you? Because the dozer eye doesn't do it. But why does it make it look so real when you put it in the door? It's too good. Like, because you could have just done that. You could have just done that, and it would have still been like, hey, that's a really good idea. But now, like, with the eye thing, it's even crazier. Because it's like when you... It sort of, like, cuts the eye off a little bit. So it makes it look like he's looking to the side. Because that's just scary looking. That's wild. Hear what sounds like an owl at night when playing, so I decided to build one. That's freaking awesome. I feel like they need an owl in the game. We have the crow. Now we need an owl. Same thing. I mean, wouldn't that be a great addition? Like, put in an owl, and then we get another roof material, another, like, feather roof. Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be a really good addition. He's got one glass eye. One day you'll learn to build like this. Yeah, this is... Just takes time. Just takes time. That's some commitment, though. That is some serious commitment to get all that built. Yeah, if the owl only came at night, so that the crow was during the day, the owl came at night, and then you could get like multiple feathers. Yeah, brown roof. That would be really cool. That would be very, very cool. And especially devs, if you're here listening to this, it emphasizes the whole concept of like night being more interesting, because we got the org bugs that are a nighttime spawn, so you can only get this one epic thing at night with the org bugs. And so like an owl or something like this coming out at night and being that, just imagine some like creepy white eyes at nighttime, like landing somewhere and looking at you. It'd be horrifying. Owl swoops in and eats you at nighttime. You have to keep an eye out for a colossal predator from the sky. That would be cool. Honestly, that'd be very fun. Would add that thing, like that's what the crow doesn't do. So that would be a very cool effect to add as like a nighttime thing to continue the fear of night. Because it does feel like they've taken that next step to making night like more interesting overall. So something like an owl would be very, very interesting to add. Or multiple. It doesn't even have to be one. It could be a couple owls that land in different areas. And then you get a roofing material. Because essentially you could run it just like the crow. Even if it didn't attack you. Like you could just reskin the crow and have it land in different spots. And be this thing that's like... We get brown feathers and brown roofs with that. Because I always loved the crow feathers, but they are a very specific color. Screeching sound happens. Then you got a little time to hide before you get devoured. That would be very cool. Especially because we're like a bug. It'd be very cool since we're already like the size of a bug. I don't know, it'd be very interesting. Sad we're not getting a frog. I'm a little surprised. Tadpoles still feel... The koi fish seem more interesting. They seem more involved and like they seem better than what Trudy was. So I'm okay with it. But the tadpoles being in the game feels slightly sad we're not getting a frog. Can you run on this? Yeah. I don't even know how far this thing goes. Really sketchy. They said no frog, but there's so much potential. Yeah. There's a lot of potential. That's as far as we can go. Oh, and there we go. Bye, owl. Gotta build a frog? Yeah, true. If we build it, they will come. Tadpoles that look us in the face with those derpy cute eyes, yeah. They are definitely derpy. Very, very derpy. Great additions of them, you know. Again, same with Sniper. I don't know what to tell you guys when you're building stuff like that. Like, there's no input that I can offer. Those are the builds where you're just like, build good, much idea. Of the moment in the Casually Gone stream earlier where he zoomed into the tadpole's face. It was really funny, yeah. Turn into a quest like akin to Secret of Nymph later in the story. Yeah, be very cool. Mid monologue and there's just a tadpole filling your screen. Oh, I love them. They do feel underutilized at times. What's up, Frostbit? Welcome in. Woohoo! But yeah, once again, man, incredible, amazing. You guys are making me feel inadequate again. I feel like I'm not accomplishing enough. I'm gonna have to start building off stream or something again so I can start getting ahead, because holy cow. These are getting wild. These are getting absolutely freaking wild. Let's wish they could be used for more. Yeah. The frog just seems so natural. It seemed really interesting. And then it could come out of the water and be something like scary. It'd be interesting. Or, because I don't mind the koi fish. Like, I don't mind having them in the game by any means. I don't think they're a bad addition to have. Because I like that they're saying, like, this is Grounded 2. This is not a new Grounded game. Like, this is the sequel, so we get a lot of the things from the first game. I love seeing these and how they change and they're being adjusted. I do really like that, but I also like the new additions too. Tree frog would be cool, yeah. They could add flies to go along with it and have the frog eat them. That would be funny. Where do I want to start? Down here? Love the koi fishes, but that's just for the water, and only having a crow for the land feels a little sad. Just imagine the frog just chilling on that broken bridge. Yeah, it would be pretty cool. Holy lights. Thank you for the follow, RDC Ducky. Welcome in. Oh, by the way, you guys. Thank you all for getting us to 5 freaking thousand subs on YouTube. 5K, man. It's a lot of people. That's a lot of people watching us just build silly things. Name stealer? I thought it was you for a second, Ducky. I was like, did you make another account? Just another duck. What's up, Silva? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. You're your own homie. Love it, love it. All right, I am going to run to the restroom real quick. We'll be right back. Just give me like 60 seconds. All the ducks are flocking around for the pond update, right? Duck deception. Thank you, Hot Sauce. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh. Okay. Next up, we have Chunky Cereal. Another podium base here. Seen lots of different ones. The lighting looks amazing. Yes, yes, it does. Nope. Nope. Need to work on our stealth. Standoff. It's a standoff. What are you gonna do about it? Huh? Come on. Who's gonna make the first move?
Sensing an elevated risk of heat stroke.
You got me. Allergic crash. Have a great rest of the stream. Sounds good, Lude. Appreciate you hanging out, man. Have a great rest of your evening. We will catch you on the next one. Future base sounds good. Sounds good. I think you are up next, I believe, as well. Reference from the guy who made the butterfly. From Sniper Monkey. Good old Sniper Monkey. Sounds good, Silva. No, you're good. You're good. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Gotta say, I love these like brass colonnades. They look so good. Just degun Ducky. Some more work to do on your base before I share again. Might make the start of the zipline hub. Yeah, sounds good. It's just a ducky. Just another ducky. Quack quack. Skoducks? Skoducks? Ooh, it's like a pond. Oh, I like that a lot. That looks really good. Honestly, for a second, I was like, how did you get water here? Nice little chessboard. Wait, you have to do. I'm an expert at chess, so, you know, no big deal. All right, Chunky. Let's see, what else you got? What else you got? Ducky made you do it? Ooh, I like that you, like, put that down in the ground, too. Oh, that's cool. Makes a nice little gate. I figure out what this is. Ducky, don't force people to do things they don't want to do. Oh, it's like a little petting zoo. I love these gates. These are really cool. Seen this tech before. And hopefully we get weapons and stuff being held at some point. Said he should. Well, don't force him to. That's not nice. Got everything. Got a slam dunk area. Little viewing spots. An entrance to the dark dungeon below. Holy lights. Good access. Good access. There's like actually little skylights in this too. Never talk to me again if I didn't do it and steal all my passwords. Ducky. Bad Ducky. Bad Ducky. Naughty boy. We're gonna have to time Ducky out for being mean to people. You can't just go around saying things like that to people, Ducky. Lude's gonna ban you. Oh, I like those on the floor too. That's cool. You got a lot of cool little spots here. Looks like maybe like it's gonna be like a checkers board maybe. Threatening me right now on a voice call. It's like the trampoline bounce house area. Dude, this is great. Duck fight. Dude, these are awesome. I love these little, like, individual areas. Don't threaten you with a good time. I know, Lude doesn't need a reason to ban Ducky. Promise you that. Again, even, like, it's like the little attention to detail and stuff. Not, like, lots of little things here that I really like. The use of, like, the curved ones. Like, how many times did you have to do this to get each one of these like this? Because I know it's a pain. And then to do a slightly different set of them in this area. Just switch it up. Use of the lights and stuff. I love all these little arches as well. These look really nice. There's so much detail. He can time him out. Which is really what Ducky needs most of the time. It's just a timeout. Unless someone has the ban Ducky card, then they could do that on. But I have Streamloots turned off, so can't do that tonight actually. Dude, these look great. I'm loving these little spots. I love like each area is kind of its own thing. Oh wait, and there's even all like different colors and stuff. The little details are really nice. It's like simple but very detailed at the same time. It's a good use of this area, for sure. Did it for 10 seconds. Do it, do it. What? Not encouraging things. I would never do such a thing. Little like farm areas. Yeah, I like that you've got everything like separated. Dude, that's a wild effect. Very cool. Glad you set this up at night too. There's just so many things you can do with these. It's crazy. It's like actually crazy what you can do with this. This is awesome. Very good job on the lighting, for sure. Very nice. Little ant home. Another ant home. Again, the gates are awesome. It's a great way to do that. Surrounding everything. Ladybug house. Spider house. The like little themes of each little room are really well done. Different lighting ideas everywhere. Oh my gosh, you got stuff built in here too? What the heck? What the heck? Oh, it's beautiful. I'm loving your lighting. We've seen a couple different things with like lighting flowers and stuff. It looks so good at night. The like green grass. Like this is when I love utilizing a material. This is a great example of like utilizing a material for the right situation. Because like it's very easy to just default to something. But like in a situation like this, like you very easily could have done more burr floors or something like that. Like stuck with this. Because this looks cool. It's a cool concept. There's cool ones down there as well, like, but to use the grass because it glows green just like visually fits so well with like these flowers and stuff. Like these are great decisions. It's very easy to default, like, and I can fall victim to that, like defaulting to my favorite material or whatever it is. So it's very cool to see something like used in a specific way to its fullest advantage. Because I think that's where a lot of the things in Grounded can start to look really, really cool. Like down into the thing as well. It's like smart decisions like this really start to emphasize cooler areas. Because it still would have looked cool with that floor pattern. Like, you would have absolutely still looked cool, but this just adds to, like, the vibe of this specific spot. Holy pallets. We got the rainbow crafting area. I was going to say, I'm guessing, yep, you got all your stuff down here. Great, efficient layout of everything. Again, and like another thing I like about this one, since this is the first time we've seen this base, I was a little bit less standard discussions on the last two bases because we've seen Sniper Monkey and we've seen Immuno's bases before, so we've had these deeper conversations about them. So I'm a little bit lighter on those, and we're just looking at cool stuff for stuff like that, since they're like retours and stuff. But for things like this, again, same as the grass flooring, utilizing the space that you picked for your base really well is another thing. Like, there are a lot of advantages of building in this area. One being that I think we've seen a handful of people use very effectively as well. But when you build in a place like this and you build these massive floors, like utilizing all this extra space to hide the functional things and stuff, because they don't always have to just be, this is the best laid out crafting area or whatever it is. Like, they don't always have to be this big architectural decision. They can just be utilizing the space to its fullest potential, which you have all this raised ground, put it underground, hide it, and then you just get like a cool rainbow chest area that functions very well, but it doesn't, you don't like distract from the design of it by utilizing, like trying to put all the stuff up above the ground. You just kind of like say, hey, I want to hide this because it's hard to make look good. And it makes it very, very functional. And it works very well. Yoga class. I'm loving this. This is, I mean, you guys are getting so... There's just so many things. There's so many cool ideas out there now. It's just actually insane. We have yet to see a build that doesn't do something unique we haven't seen before. Need a yoga room now, right? There's just so many cool things you can do. You really let the creativity come and just start thinking how you can make something cool. There's just so much you can do. Just like lots of little things. Again, your lighting is very well done. Very, very well done. It's very clean. It's not jumbled, but like all the lights, like there's almost no lighting showing. Like everything's clipped into the pots or into the walls, so it just, everything glows really nicely. We got like some storytelling and stuff coming into the shops or the bar. Dude, these look awesome, man. Again, it's the little things. The lighting, again, phenomenal. It's very clean. Lots of detail, but done very, very clean. This looks awesome. I'm impressed. I'm always impressed, but I'm always amazed at how many new ideas keep coming. I'm gonna make a building tips video. If you are, will light stuff like this be included? Eventually, we'll do a top 10 tips to build better in Grounded 2, but I really want... it's probably not gonna be till later on. Because the hard part is, like, I can't do it now because we have water bases. Like, if we're going to do a top 10 tips video, we're going to have to talk about building in the water. And so I don't know anything about building in the water yet because I haven't experimented with it. None of us have. So it's those things like until we get a little further in the game, it's a little difficult to make the top 10 tips type video. But it is eventually something I definitely want to do. But like as of right now, the Grounded 1 video pretty much covers Grounded 2. So it's not necessarily something that we really need yet. And I think there's so much to be added to this game that it would be premature. I don't like remaking videos either. Rate really good well. Love that. Love that you put that down there as well. The little details of this space are so well done. Got this one, and then we'll go over there. Sliding Grounded 1 video, I haven't watched it in so long. Yeah, there was... I think as a community, we've gotten better at lighting, though, too. I wouldn't necessarily say everything was perfect in that video, but I showed off a lot of examples of lighting and stuff like this. But again, I think as a community, we've gotten better at it. Yeah, the hot tub well is great. Again, really nice details. This is very clean. This is very much my alley in terms of clean, simple design. And a very good job. The depth is really good. The use of decorations and stuff is really good. Just like the use of armor dummies, the lighting, props and everything. Different, like the depth. It's just, again, very well done. Very well done. Creates for very compelling areas. And again, they're not like... Yeah, even like the little things like some plants on the outside. Just very simple, well-executed designs, I think is what I would say on this one. Again, fun, very fun little lighting things. This is very well done. Man. Did you make a buggy racing track? Hold on. We'll do that last. We'll do that last. How do I get in? Does that come up from the bottom or something? I see stuff inside. I don't see an entrance. I have to cheat my way in to figure out the right... There it is. There it is. I'm loving the lighting. Yeah, just like utilizing your spaces very well. The pre-built things in this area are all utilized very well. And, I mean, look how much room you have to just keep building. Like, everything you built so far is really, really well done. It's very clean. Simple, well done ideas. I mean, the little like accents between materials and stuff. The roofs are really well done. The windows, the open spaces, all really well done. But you have so much space to still build with, which is like even more exciting about this spot. Really liking it. Turning this into like a viewing area. Love it. Everyone just like sitting and watching. Kind of reminds me of like the pod racing from Star Wars. It's like sitting or like watching like rally races. Like picking a spot and watching the races for the day. In great concepts. It's like, and a cool thing, like they added buggy racing and stuff, but we haven't seen someone like take that on as something you could do in survival.
I'm ready for pickup.
We just do an ant.
home safe.
Coming in here, Bibble.
Astonishing.
3, 2, 1, go. Bum. Bum. It's like the derby. Going to the derby. The ant derby.
Take a breather, little bug, as Allie would say.
Winner! I'm loving it, man. Very creative ideas. This is very well done. Well, in terms of grading and stuff, first impressions. Man, where do I start? There's so much to talk about. I think it's interesting because, like, in the beginning, I guess we kind of started in the middle of it, but there was so much more detail than what it looked like from just... I mean, luckily we started kind of facing that way, so I didn't see all of this behind us, which was nice. But I'm very impressed with all the different things, especially because this is the first time we're seeing this. Like, this isn't a re-review or anything. And so it's very interesting to, like, see, again, another totally unique take on using this area. Just everyone's got such different ideas, which is so cool. But first impressions, just all the little spaces, all the little designs, like, probably a 9 out of 10. Just, like, again, I don't love giving out 10s just because we can all do crazier and bigger as we've seen. But I love the little areas. I love the little designs, the commitment to, like, these little, like, all the little things. The usage of space and everything is really well done. Kind of like playing with all the different fun things in the game. Like, it's a really, really cool concept. Does a little bit of everything, honestly. So that, I do really like that. Layout and interior. The layout of just the whole area, I think, is good. I mean, obviously, still a lot of room to grow. So, like, still very cool. But when we're talking about, like, the layout of everything, it's just very clean. But what I love about it is that it's using this space so well. I mean, and you could say, like, maybe there's ups and downs that could be utilized slightly higher as you maybe lay the rest of this space out instead of just everything being flat on this level would be, like, the only thing I can think of. Like, in terms of just, like, really simple, well-executed areas, like, it's very clean. It's very easy to follow as someone just walking into the world. And it's very easy to walk into some bases and I'm, like, so turned around and lost. Like, this was very easy to follow. You could see because of the lighting, because, like, the perimeter of everything you've done so far, like, it keeps everything tight and just easy to follow, which is really nice. Everything's laid out well. I mean, like, using the different levels here for, like, fun active areas, or you call it the fun house, like, separating that a little bit from the city and then having your buggies in an area, utilizing these raised areas very well. And they're not all, like, carbon copies, but you've done little visual tricks of, like, using the stairs the same way in two areas. It just visually ties the whole thing together, which I think works really well. And the interiors of the bases are honestly, like, top tier. It's very easy to, like, over clutter interiors, and I feel like this is a very, very good, not overly cluttered, but very well detailed area. I mean, geez, like, yeah, you have, like, a clock here by hiding the clock in here. Like, just a mini clock. There's just, like, the detail work is great. The decisions on, like, instead of just using the standard chairs to make a couch, you make your own couch. The lighting inside is and outside is incredibly well done. Very simple. Enough lighting to look cool, but not to just, like, not so much that it's just, like, overwhelming as well, which I think is done very, very well. I have honestly no changes I would make to the interiors of these. I think this is some of the cleaner interior designs and stuff. Just very simple and well executed. How's those arches in the front wall made? They look so good. Let's see. Looks like just 2 arches, and then utilizing the new corbels around, and then just these, and just getting these things to place, right? Simple but elegant, you know? Very simple but elegant. They look much more complicated than they actually are. Yeah, again, I'll probably give you like a 9 on interior and layout. Like, obviously, lots of space to work with still, which is cool. But very well done. And again, the world building side of things for interiors, like using real world concepts or yoga spaces or bounce like trampoline areas or petting zoos or chessboards, like using real world things helps a lot. Helps a lot. Do the pine cones not need to latch to anything? I would assume they're attached to these and supported by this. I know they don't necessarily look like they are, but they would technically attach to these, even though they don't necessarily look like it. Dude, sorry. We are actually getting quartz glass. I'm curious what that is. It's a crafting piece, but we don't really know how it's being used yet. Is the only thing. Materials and exterior, again, very well done. Obviously, lots of space to work with, lots to add. I'm excited to see where it grows, what it ends up being as you add more to all of this central area, because you have a lot of space to work with. So it can feel a little empty in here, but I think that's fun because we have so much time to build. But the exteriors of your base are very well done as well. Very similar to the outside or to the insides, like very simple, not overly complicated, but well executed. The windows, the exterior spaces, like all these are designed very well. Again, I'm loving the the details like this make a big difference. Make a very big difference, but I do really like, I think what I like most about the exteriors is everything is interior and exterior space. It doesn't feel like it's really easy to just place a normal door in this game and utilize a door, which works great in a situation like this. But leaving these like as more open entry spaces, I think works really well. The layering of like windows and stuff to add depth of everything. The use of materials, again, very clean. Well executed. And again, exterior spaces, very well utilized as well. And like everything's designed. There's not just like an accidental, like you wanted to make a way down, you didn't just build a couple stairs, like you made it a little like hut type gate entry as well. Like very well done. And again, probably another 9 on exterior. Only thing I could think of is maybe start messing with some of the other materials. I love mushroom and pinecone and crow as well. But it'd be interesting to see some other buildings utilizing a little bit more of the pumpkin, and maybe if we get the new mud walls and stuff, like those could be cool to add different vibes between buildings and stuff. They definitely do all feel very different. They're all very unique. But that's like the only thing I can really think of is like one little extra thing to test. But yeah, they're fun. They work. Again, like adding areas like this, like around a big curved wall, like very good decision making on everything. Very well done. Structurally, not a whole lot I probably would get into with structures, since they're all kind of like smaller builds. They all are very well designed. The structural pieces are used well. The staircases feel really nice. Like arches and stuff, very like the structure is designed very well. It's not just an arch, it's a well-designed arch. It's not just a roof. And sometimes it's hard to build little roofs like this, so I think you've done a good job like adding little pieces like this, and I think it all looks very clean. I don't think there's really anything I would change on any of the structural side of things by any means. And easier to talk about on much larger bases or builds. This is, as a whole, this is a very large build, but each of the buildings is on a slightly smaller scale. So Nothing feels out of place. Feels very good, so nothing I really have to say about that. Functionality-wise, I think you're doing great. Obviously, I'm interested to see where this, like, ends up and stuff, and how you, like, maybe start organizing palettes and stuff is something to think about. But, like, functional themes, for things like buggy storage, like, very well done. Simple little concept, but just, like, to make a little buggy village, really efficient. Looks really nice at the same time, so it's not just a haphazard way of throwing in buggy houses and stuff. Like, you've made a very conscious decision of how you're gonna, like, lay out a little buggy town. So I think that works really well. Like, those are the things I love to see when it turns, like, you gotta have buggy houses, you gotta have buff and barrels, you gotta have all the crafting stuff. So finding a way to make it elevated and in a part of the design instead of just a room, but also instead of just cluttering your base with crafting stuff, like making the decision like, hey, I'm gonna just put everything underground and utilize this extra space I have, I think is another great way of doing it. It's like you're doing both very well. Again, very little I'd say on the functional side of things. I'm very interested to see where this all ends up, because I think the rainbow chests looked very nice at night. So interested to see if this turns into a full building or what your plans are there. Theme and continuity, I think everything blends together really well. This is, again, I said earlier, like small design decisions, like a set of stairs that's replicated on both sides, although they're not symmetrical because you're building these up on these raised rocks that are always slightly different and stuff. The repeating elements of staircases, like utilizing the same roofs throughout areas, everything fits together very well. Nothing feels too out of place or anything. Even the designs of these, like utilizing like these little repeated elements of structural pieces to create like a theme, but then like everything is a little bit different. They fit together as a city, but they're also not just like carbon copies of each other, which makes for very interesting builds and stuff. Each individual thing like feels visually connected, but it's not like just copy and pasting everything, which gets boring when you're building a lot of buildings in an area like this. So I think that works very well. Not a whole lot, I would say, in terms of like the continuity side of things and the theme. I think everything fits together very well. And then the creativity is great. Again, not a whole lot I have to say. Like, you've done a really good job with using concepts you found in the real world, just executed very well. Like, this is stuff I love seeing. It makes designing really easy when you like do things like chessboards and petting zoos and trampoline bouncing areas and training areas. Like, all of that stuff makes for creative, well executed concepts. The detailing is very creative. The world building side, like the bar and stuff, looks awesome. Very little to say. Like, I wouldn't change looking at this. Like, there's not a single thing in here I would change or redo. It just works. And it's such a creative use for like the sillier things in the game. These are hard to use for different things, so this works very, very well to create your own unique details in a base. And even just like the little, like just the smallest things, like a clock on the wall that's used with the grandfather clock. Like little things like that, little details. Like, it's just very fitting. Everything fits together, but you're using very unique little ideas to create just effective pieces that add that little bit extra detail that can be a little bit difficult in this game. But that grub couch stinks. It probably does. And overall potential, I think there's so much potential with everything you've done so far. You have so much space here. I mean, it looks like you're building out in this entire area. Like, there's nothing but potential in this spot. You have so much room to keep building as we get more pieces and more as you get more ideas and stuff. So very well done. Very, very well done. Not a whole lot, I would say. I honestly don't have a whole lot of ideas of how I would like improve things. Seems like you have a very good sense of design overall. I think, as I tend to say when I really enjoy a base, keep going and send me it again when you're ready, because I want to see how I want to see, very similar to how we saw like with Sniper Monkeys and Immuno, seeing how it transforms and changes over time is what I'm most excited about. There's a lot of just cool little designs going on. You even have like all your sap collectors along there. Yeah, just very, very good use of space. What's up, Krusty? The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me. Yeah. Chunky Cereal, thank you for letting us view this one. Very well done. Very, very well done. Very clean. Lots of cool ideas. I think there's a lot of detail work that a lot of people are going to be able to utilize in their own bases that you are doing a very, very good job with. Very, very well done. Another awesome base. Hello? Okay, I believe we had one more shared with us just a few minutes ago. Let's see. There we go. Next up, we have Arthur here. Wait. There we go. Sick base indeed, yes. That was a lot of rock. I wonder how long that took to gather. Yeah. We've seen a couple of those today. A couple of those bases that have a lot of pebble. Base is simple and still under construction. I'm still trying to improve its design, especially the roof. Okay. T-cuts, you're so mean. I did see that, Ducky. He ruined your base. Bad D-guns. Bad D-guns. You two stop trolling each other. Didn't take all the rock, Timber. You promise. There's enough. There's enough for everyone to go around. You just started destroying it as well? Well, then it's his own fault. Monkey see, monkey do, right? Yeah, that's why I'm not worried about it. I know you can always just reload a save. And you're both trolling each other, as it seems, so. It's all in fun. It's fine. Okay, so Arthur's base here. It's the first one we've seen over on this like light area, so that's kind of a cool spot. As someone who has a light in their base, I do like this. They're kind of cool. My base inspired you? Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Nice little crafting area. Like that you like raise this up and stuff to add your like crafting bench and everything. Obviously works very well. Hey Arthur, there's a sprinkler in your base. This is gonna cause mold issues, I think, in the long run. It's all fun until I hack into his PC and destroy all his saves. It's the better location because of the next update. It's a good spot. This is gonna be good. This will be good for this. Luckily, I got a runway straight to the new area, so we should be good. But anything in these areas is good. Holy water, dude! As I said, I think you're gonna have a mold problem in here, dude. That's so much water. That's wild. I've never seen that much water stack up. Good, great use of all these as well. Just next to the update, yeah, it does work. Okay, again, yeah, love the hiding of the cluttered type stuff underneath. That works very well. No worries. The water, I have a leak in my base too, so I'm just messing with you. You do what you can, right? You're never gonna run out, which is nice. That's for sure. Nope. Okay, I like the like dual walls and stuff. That's a cool little addition. Another thing I always like is the like see-through floors having like a cutout like this. That always works very well as well. Nice little like outdoor spaces, utilizing these things. Also like a great little spot to get thistle needles as well. Cool little design. I like how you did this as well. I like that. I don't know how I'd use it, but I do. I don't know. It gives me some ideas that I like. The nice little raised bedroom. And the raised throne area. Very, very nice. 1 second, sorry. One sec. And a million messages. I feel like when people make custom windows with the pieces, yeah, I would agree. Yeah, this is where things start to come alive, because like the windows, the small windows work for small bases, but as soon as you get into this scale, like they just no longer, the scale's wrong. The smaller windows, the scale is wrong. You can use them as smaller details and stuff, but overall it tends to lack a little bit, so making things like this works well. Oh, is this part of the base? It's the ceiling, it's very empty. Yeah, we actually have a great example of one we talked about last stream. Wanted to see everything. Yeah, these are very cool little concepts. So, for filling in, since that's specifically what you're looking for help on, we can kind of focus on that. Roofs are hard. We'll just start there. Especially with large spaces like this, it is always a little bit more difficult. The game is very easy to build a big open space like this, and then it becomes of like that struggle of how do you fill that space. There's a couple different ways you can start to think about it. One would be look up some different types of structures. It's kind of hard because you have a very unique base shape. That doesn't necessarily like immediately remind me of a specific like type of reference material. So there's a couple different ways you can look at it. One, if you have Pinterest or just Google some type of inspiration for exterior design. You could look up roof designs. Like, there's not a right or wrong way to do a roof, right? It's just what do you personally like? So one, looking up reference materials, and that can help a lot, because instead of just filling this space in, if you want it to look more like a castle, like those tend to not have roofs, they're more flat and they'd have like open areas. If you want it to be maybe more of like a mansion, you could start to like tier some of these in instead of just doing flat up in this area, like build over like in the middle and go down in the center here one time. You could build instead of flat here again. This would be another one where you could like, you cut this section out and you do sort of like a vertical type roof. Or not, what am I trying to say? Like a peaked roof and give it different peaks. That can help the outside of it sort of add a little bit more detail to the whole thing. You could even, I mean, it doesn't have to be that way. You could cut them in this way and break it up a little bit. And just, that adds just that little bit of detail. So it doesn't just feel like a hat, because that's, I think the easiest thing to do is see a roof as a hat that is placed on top of your build. That is, I think, the number one tendency that the vast majority of people are going to do, because that is ultimately technically what a roof is going to be. It is a cover for what you have built. But that's the struggle of placing like a roof last, is it becomes something that just kind of got placed on the top. If you're not, the other side of that is those exterior details that can be pulled from. Check out my top 10 tips to build better video. I talk about like roofs and stuff, and like exterior detailing. If you look at the part of the sand castle build I did, you can also see it in the, I spent 3,000 hours building this in Grounded base tour. My cathedral type build, that's in the thumbnail of the top 10 tips video. That build has a lot of roof detail that was like a driving factor of making that base cool. And I think this is a great space to add some of those details. And a lot of it just comes down to taking these like triangular pieces, and is the same sort of concept I would say that you could do in the middle. And you start adding them as like layering and stuff. So if you think of this on the outside of the roof, we can just go up there. Let's go. You start adding like fins and stuff, and this is where it'll start to look better and better the more if you add those sort of things we were talking about in the beginning, where if you do like a peak, so you like cut out a peak in this area, then you can start adding in these types of things. And these can be whatever material you feel best fits, of course, but little things like this go a really, really long way in adding those dips and peaks. So you have highs and lows, like valleys, in the roof. Then you can add these sort of details and get a lot out of it. Because there's a lot more you can do with this stuff, with like, there's a lot of weird things you can do. There's a lot of like fun exterior details that really quickly, you know, doesn't necessarily mean that this fits the style that you're going for yet. This is where I think reference material can really help with. But little things like this really quickly, even if you didn't ultimately change this whole area, you can very quickly just add a handful of things like this. And maybe it's one of these, maybe it's one of these. Like, it's all kind of personal preference, but you can very quickly just get a lot of detail added in. This is why I love. This is why I love these triangular pieces. And if you like the look of that, definitely check out the top 10 tips video or the Sandcastle base tour, because it's got the roof of that cathedral and of a church build. And honestly, the roofs, I spent a lot of time, other than some of the like random housing areas, I spent a lot of time trying to make like really, really visually interesting roof designs. So all of the different like major builds in those areas could really help with just the detailing, because I don't think you necessarily have to change the design of this a whole lot to get like the desired effect, but just a couple little changes and a little bit more like design added to it, and you're very quickly, I think you would be very pleased with the whole thing. this is also like another thing you could think of, just a little depth, because this is currently just a very flat roof. So if you add in some type of pattern like that, a little bit of a pattern, whether it's like you could take out this and leave this one out and put those in, like that little push and pull of different variations in the roof can very quickly get you to that detail level where you probably don't have to change a whole lot, but just enough would get you that effect. And you combine it with a little kind of stuff sticking out and then a little bit of stuff going in, very quickly would get you there. Good depth tips for roofs. Yeah. I like to leave gaps in your roof for skylights. Yes, and that's a couple other things I did when I wanted to get to the interior type stuff. Maybe just pick out a few of these, and like a chandelier type design is going to be your best friend with a big, really, really big open space like this. Like if there's like a central piece or something, or if you want to make, I don't know, you could make a, let's see, take some of these. I wish we had triangular roofs. That would be under there. Like quarter triangles. We have those on floors, right? Yeah. Hopefully we get those for roofs at some point. That would make it even better. But you take just a couple pieces. You could do something like one of these in the center. Speed. And you could just do a simple design like this, add a big skylight, and you could look up like big skyscraper type builds, and they do great skylights and stuff. You could add in some more depth and things like by like bringing this down, and you could turn these into like light corridor type things. It's a little bit more of an architectural concept. If you've never heard of it, it can be a little bit more confusing, but because then when you get into an area like this, or even if it's like bringing this up as well, could be a good way to do it, since it's a little off-centered, so that might drive you nuts or it might not. But you bring in stuff like that, and then you start doing exactly what we talked about over on this side as well. You take some of these like angular type designs and you start bringing those down on the inside of this. You don't necessarily have to like change this a ton for that detail to happen, but those like fins, if you have them coming from here and around, like you can pick a spot and add the just like half walls or whatever. You can have those start running all over the place, or you can go absolutely insane and start using like these things. We've seen a lot of really cool designs so far with people taking these little things and like hanging them in these sort of like, yeah, do weird stuff like that. Like there's a lot of different options you could do. It's kind of like what you see best fit, what you like design wise most. But I think all of those things could really start adding detail. You could drop some of them down and they could be like hanging chandeliers. But yeah, as soon as you start adding some of these things, and especially like you can already, jeez, can't press the right buttons.
Just looking.
See, like some of these pieces coming in from the outside, like these can be brought across and add detail to these, and just breaks these visually, and then you don't really have to change the design all that much. And you get a very large effect without really having to like change everything. Because I don't necessarily think like a big open space like this isn't going to work. I think it just lacks the detail overall. Turned out amazing. Good. Given the raw material styling, it feels like an oversight to not allow more artistic expression in the skylighting. Yeah, some of those, a couple extra pieces would be nice. Those would definitely be helpful. Ducky muting, you're just watching your stream just to get points. He always says that. exposed beams on the inside, collar ties and whatnot. Yeah. The easiest way to say it is structural pieces, very similar to how you've done like structure like this, just adding structural design to these areas. And again, the top 10 tips in the sandcastle base are a great place. Although that's grounded one stuff, it all directly applies to these. There's not, other than like the corbel pieces, like other than these two pieces, all of these pieces, other than the newer materials, are the shapes are in the first game. So you can get the same visual idea very easily. And it's that just structural type detailing, fins and bringing columns and stuff down can very quickly take this from a big open empty roof to a really cool highly designed thing very quickly. Feel limited because I don't know which types of materials to use in construction. A lot of it's just experimentation, really. It comes down to like what's your style, which you have to build things incorrectly sometimes to figure out. Like it's not necessarily something that my first build, I've reiterated that over and over and over and over and over and over. Like it is not something that just came together and looked incredible. Like there's iterations to everything I do, and a lot of it starts with stuff like this where I'm like, okay, this looks interesting. Now this looks good, but it makes this look boring. So now it's, how do I upgrade and adjust this? How do I make those changes? And like you can go back and check out the streams from Grounded 1 when we started building the sandcastle, the sandbox build, the sandbox city build, and you can see like the progression and how the roofs were adjusted. And then someone in chat said like, oh, this needs to be bigger or better or crazier, and we kept iterating and they get better and better the more detail you add and you make those little adjustments. Because I can already tell, like, you have some interesting concepts here, and now it's like, how do you take this amount of detail and make everything have that amount of detail? Even like little things in the corners of like the last base we looked at from Chunky Cereal, like the way they raised up a little bit of the roof and then used some mushroom highlights and stuff, and it's experimentation. Another part below the base. Let's go see it. There.
Are you ready yet? I'm getting impatient.
I'm not ready yet. Please be patient. Because yeah, overall, I mean, the layout works well. The areas are all well done. I think you've given yourself a cool little spot. Now it's just experimenting, right? Yeah, mushroom floors, because then you can start using mushroom floors as roofs. Like, there's the new update's going to give a lot of inspiration for ideas and stuff as well. But yeah, I mean, stick with it at the end of the day. It's just adding a little bit more detail, experiment with another little idea, keep coming and hanging out and watching Tour Tuesdays or watch the old VODs, and you will get so many ideas from all of those. Like, we all inspire each other and push each other's builds, so I would very much always recommend just watching these tours for inspiration and like, how are other people combining materials? It doesn't necessarily mean you have to copy their base. I like that detail, I'm going to use it. If you want to do that, nobody here cares in any way, shape, or form. But you'll learn, like, oh, I really like the way mushroom and pine cone look together, or I never really thought of putting pumpkin and this material together. Like, you learn from seeing other people do their own designs and stuff, how you may be able to improve your base with similar combinations, even though the design might be different. Because, I mean, I can already tell that you're messing with things. You're definitely messing with the ideas, and that is promising for the overall design. Doesn't always mean that our first iteration of it is perfect, that it can't be changed, because I think designers change things. It's part of the process. Some of your lives because of the new concepts, yes, it does work well. Joey Drop-ins, what's up? How are you doing? I'm doing very well. Doing very well. A little tired if anything, though. I have this problem of staying up way too late every night. I keep doing it. It's a bad habit. It's a really, really bad habit. But yeah, I appreciate you letting us look at this one. Arth V. Silva. Again, very cool design. I think there's a lot of potential for it. You just stick with it, right? Don't get discouraged or anything. Just like keep messing with designs and stuff, and I think you'll have a really cool base as you just keep adding little detail here, little detail there. Changed a bridge in your build 6 times. Yeah. A lot of the times, like, the ideas are there. They just need a little more detail. They need to be adjusted a little bit. I mean, geez, in architectural school and when I worked at the architectural firm that I worked at for many years, I mean, there was days where I had to pin up. We were designing one building, and I had to pin up 20 different exterior designs. Like, the shape of the building didn't necessarily change, but I was changing like the color patterns, how the different like materials connected and stuff. And it was like, all right, I want 20 ideas this week. So I'd take the week and design all these different designs, and then we'd pin them up all on a board. And because you have to see what the potential is sometimes to make the decision. It doesn't always just like happen and it works. And in my streams, I tend to do some of that thought process off stream. You guys get to see a little bit of the live thought process while I'm working through things, but I also do spend a decent amount of time just like walking around my base thinking like, okay, well, so if I don't like this, like maybe what I'm going to do is this. And then I'm like, okay, so that's what I'll do on stream. And then maybe I adjust this little area and you guys see some of it, but you don't always see all of the different iterations that are going through my head. But you just got to stick with it. Test the ideas out and something will stick eventually. But yeah, Art, appreciate you letting us take a look at that one. I think there's a lot of potential. And not necessarily difficult changes that will go a long way. It can sometimes feel like nothing's working, but oftentimes it's just small changes like add a couple pieces. And it will make it look totally different. Like, yeah, truly adds. The great thing about building in Grounded is that it truly adds depth, gives everything a whole new look. Yeah, definitely. And I always like to say, like, hey, you don't. Some of us obviously change things and make big adjustments, but oftentimes you don't have to make massive changes for something to work out. Sometimes it's the little things that go a long way. Okay. Who we got next? Stuff. Hot sauce. Got you guys. Put your seatbelts on. Hot sauce has been holding back some heat from us. You have to go now. Sounds good. Appreciate you letting us see it. Definitely appreciate it. I love, as much as I love seeing like what we're going to see here with Hot Sauce's base, big, crazy, massive bases that people have been working on for hundreds and hundreds of hours. I do genuinely love helping people through designs and stuff, because that's what we do. Like, as I know, I'm no longer an architect. I don't work as an architect, but I still work in the architectural industry, and my years of experience in the architectural industry, like, you're always working with people. It's really hard to live in like a vacuum sealed chamber and design things. Like, you're always bouncing ideas off of people. In architectural school, like, we were always chatting with each other, like, ooh, would you do this? Do you like that? How's this look? And like that bouncing of ideas off of each other. Someone's little comment could spark this like entirely new design and new concept that you could be really stuck in something. And so having these conversations can just be like, even if you take nothing I say and it inspires you to go in the completely opposite direction of everything I just said, like if something I say can help you get past that moment of like build block where you're like creatively stuck in something, that's enough, right? Like that for me is something I really like. And we've seen that a couple times from people who've brought starter bases in and they're like, I don't know what to do with this. And then the next time we see them, I'm like, you took this one idea and you took it to a totally different direction, but it's so much better than I even imagined it would be. And so it's like, it's really fun seeing how people adjust and change their ideas and stuff. Reset bug location. Scorpions might be out of its habitat. Okay. Are we, is that what we're doing right now? The scorpion might be out of its habitat? Like, what? So, next up we have hot sauce. The boss. This is a fun one. Hot sauce has been holding out on us for a while now. But he was finally peer pressured by the building gang to show off this absolutely insane base design. Because this thing is, as you've seen right there, nuts. Absolutely nuts. Another fun one. You know we got a builder when you got a build box that's made out of an axle chest. Looking forward to this. Haven't had a proper tour. Yeah, I haven't either. Very excited. I was told very cool things are to come, and then I joined to take a screenshot, and I was like, whoa, 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 what is this? Going to sit up straight. Going to sit up for this one. Or this one. Yeah. Okay, what are we even? Dude's just chilling in the water. Dude, like what are these columns, bro? The heck? Lots of layering. Lots of grids here already. And again, it goes like, oh my gosh, it just goes everywhere. Yeah, there's just an eye up there. Although, if you did know, if you put a door over the eye, then it follows you, and it's even creepier. You in late afternoon, it's a night base? Okay. Oh, perfect. 300 grids? I don't doubt it. I mean, you can see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 1, 2. You might have done those on the same, or you might have done those separate. You can do them all different. Oh, so much. Like floating lamps and stuff. Cool little trees. Nice little well. Oh, you even put like little roof. I was like, how did you get these in here? And then I'm like, oh, those are just the little clover roofs. ZSPOI. I have no clue how to say that, but welcome. Thank you for following the channel. Hope you're doing well. Hey, hot sauce. You got a backpack. Go get that. I'm afraid I'm going to get attacked by a scorpion or something. A wild scorpion has appeared. And with the world building and stuff. Armor dummies and everything. Dude, these floors. Again, I saw these as well. These are sick. The mushroom floors custom built with a bunch of grids. Waiting for new materials to build in the vacant areas. Makes sense. Places all your fake tree trunks with clay rather than stem. I'm putting in single clovers. Yeah, I am very much liking the clay. I think that looks way better for trees. And you guys with all these different grids for the trees as well is wild. Here we go. I was trying to let it get to night and just was screwing around looking at things till everything's dark. Again, I'm loving the like avatar type trees with all the hanging lights and stuff. Looks very cool. Very, very cool. Oh man, it goes everywhere.
Just looking, I promise.
Dude, these are freaking awesome. You got your trees from Boss? Makes sense, makes sense. Dude, I'm loving the lighting. It's the little things, man. It's just these little lighting effects, like hardly anyone's using these pieces, but I love it. How are the walls floating? There's a handful of ways. I'm not 100% sure how Hot Sauce did these ones. You might have to ask him specifically. A lot of things in Grounded right now you can kind of just weirdly make float. It just kind of depends on how you do it. Yeah, Sniper. I mean, I like that both of yours are very different, but also similar. Similar concepts executed in very different ways. Dude, yeah, the lighting is crazy. I mean, dude, how many freaking grids, bro? So many. Yeah, it looks so good. And I love the, like, I love bases. This is the one thing that my area does not have, is the cool, like, pond in landscaping areas. It has some cool spots that we can do fun stuff with, but I love when bases are built around ponds and in the little water areas. It's like, what a freaking courtyard, dude. What a courtyard. This is epic. Very, very cool. I don't even know where to start. Oh, jeez. Bro, this is sick. Strip them of their gold cards. Dude, the, like, custom table with the bugs fighting. Oh my gosh. What was that? What was that sound there? Burning Castle Black down and uninstalling? No, don't do it. Don't do it. But this is epic. This is very well done. I'm loving the little details, dude. Yeah, and as you said, as Savok says, the lighting, dude. Very well done. Sorry, I didn't walk through this properly. I'm distracted. We're gonna have to walk through this like 15 times to see all the details you got going on here. Holy layers, dude. Bro, what? That's why I love doing this stuff live. You just never know. Yeah, I knew from seeing the outside Hot Sauce that it was gonna be cool. Like, I was like, we're gonna see, this is gonna be fun. But I just never know what to expect, and like, there's just so much. A freaking banquet room. Do you even have like you filled in the gaps of the stem walls? Like, my biggest issue with stem walls is the stinking gaps, and you filled them in with another grid. Freaking, like, that super cool chandelier idea we've never seen before. These are really cool pieces that are definitely not utilized to their fullest. Very well. I mean, the ceiling design, very well done, very well detailed. Yeah, freaking farming areas. These street lamp things are like art. It's like both a lamp and artwork. I want to put these in my base. I love how the carrots look lit up too. Dude, holy moly. This thing is huge. I'm horrified to figure out where the heck you put this scorpion. Ugh. It's horrifying. It's just like an actual bar. Like, dude's dancing on the freaking bar top. Oh man, this is awesome. Wow, even like
Just looking, I promise.
so many cool details. Some of those spaces, I'm just like, It's so good, dude. And the lighting. Such good lighting. Oh, man. Oh, I didn't even notice. These are all on their own grid, too. Holy cow, dude. Those look sick. Like, that's... I'm, like... This is why I love... to like, off-gridding is one of those things that's so over the heads of some people, like, if you haven't been building for a long time. But, man, when you do it really well, it's just, like, so natural. It took you 3 hours to do those pillars? Yeah. And I can see why. They're, like, perfect. Like, that's what I was saying. When I ran past them, they looked so natural because you put the effort to make them, like, literally perfect. There's, like, they are freaking perfect. And then, like, the floor design, like, moving you through the base is also freaking awesome. Oh, man. Wait, color changes and everything. I'm hearing this dude, and I'm guessing. Oh. Don't go in there. Don't go down there. I found him. He spawned in a weird spot? Is that not where he's supposed to be? Where is he supposed to be? Should I reset it again? No, it won't let me. I gotta get out. He's supposed to be over here? I'm kind of glad he's not here. Oh, he just dug under and went over that way. He just walked over there. He just did a little walk. We'll just picture him right here. Ooh, spooky scorpion. Look, there he is. They're both there. Gang's all here. The heck? Look, the sounds just give me the chills from those dudes. Literally give me the chills. Oh, that you like using this back area as well. What? You got a spider problem. I don't know where he went. He disappeared. Dude. Put in orc defense thing and the lizard hearth mouth. Make it look like heat. Yeah, that would work. That would be a good one. Upstairs isn't done, but dude, this looks awesome either way. What? It works though. It's very well done. Very efficient. It's got like a little of everything. Really has a little of everything. Yeah, so many details and it doesn't feel cramped. It's a hard balance. It's a very hard balance to achieve. Oh man, then there's so much room up there too. I was like, what? I mean, so much room to mess with stuff still too, which is awesome. See the ridiculousness of placing all these grids. They're placed so well too. So well done. We'll rip that pack like 1 through 11, 0. And we'll rip that after we get done with this base. Whenever that happens, because we got a lot to see. 4K. This, oh dude, you got freaking wasps and stuff flying? What the heck, dude? What is happening? Love the use of this space as well. This is a really cool spot to build, because there's just so much happening everywhere. Dude, they're like literally building it. Oh my gosh, dude. This is wild. Hot sauce, dude. That is so freaking cool. They're like literally building it. Oh my gosh. I was like, what are they doing? And now like it all came together. Holy crap, dude. This is so freaking cool. That is some world building that we have not seen before. Like literally people like building the base and constructing things. The process of it. Dude, this is sick. Yeah, they're bringing the materials over. Yeah, this is next level, dude. Holy cow. Even just like to have like a little mini crane and everything. Wow. Dude. I love that. I love that a lot. Even like everyone like doing the whole like land this way. So good. Even with the massive crane we haven't even seen yet. Oh man, dude. This is wild. Oh. Why did I jump over there? I'm in the guts of it. Seeing all the behind the scenes stuff. The wasps slaves, yeah. You know, if anything deserves it, it's the wasps. That's for sure. Forgot to close that off. No, I like seeing it. It's inspiring and defeating all at the same time. Honestly, that's what some of the best bases ultimately end up being. Is, I mean, they're a little defeating just because, I mean, he had almost 1,500 days in this. Like, this is not something that happened overnight by any means. This is something that takes a very, very long time to put together and build at this scale and this much detail and stuff. Wow. I love the way you've connected everything. It's very well laid out. So much room to grow. Dude, these look great too. The little things. Even like more people like building and stuff. Dude, I love this. Luderav is going... I know he's already seen this, so... I just can imagine his face like... There, I have more things to do. Welcome to Mine 1. Dude, I love this. This is so good. Alright. This is what I want to do in my lower area. This is it. We're harvesting materials out of it. This is freaking awesome. I love that everyone's like mining and collecting. Holy crap, it just keeps going too. Especially because like I can't place the things I want to place. Oh yeah. This is sick. And like that's like ore. The mushroom is the ore and stuff. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I want to find my own way of doing something like this. Creepy. Dude, this is sick. So well done. Yeah, this is very much a very cool build. Words are escaping me at this point. Don't dig too deep, you awaken Durin's Bane, right? Dude, again, the like cranes and stuff, like lifting up the pieces and everything. It's like an actual like pulley system. This is so cool. Detailing is freaking awesome. Oh man. Actually looks like a crane too. A mine shaft. Does that go back down to the mine? Oh, it goes up. It goes down. Wait, where the heck did that come from? What the heck? Where did this come from? You can't keep doing it. How do you even get in here? How did I miss this? Can you even access that from the outside? No, it doesn't look like you even can, right? Dude, wow. This is freaking awesome, dude. Sleeping quarters and everything. The dude's like lifting the posts and stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm loving it. Where is this on the map? The trash bag. I mean, we're like under the trash bags, but it's mostly like this whole area. Jaw's literally open. It's got staff accommodations. Yeah. I'm loving the like pulley system and stuff. Like actually looks like a freaking dumbwaiter like system. That's freaking wild, dude. The freaking now these. Oh my god, dude. It even has bait making the spider go. What the heck? Hot sauce. How are you coming up with this stuff, dude? Oh, this is freaking insane, bro. What the heck? What is the rope? They're just lights. It's just a crap ton of lights. Just placed really tightly on top of each other. Yeah, this is the buggy. I was saying this is the buggy I need in this game. And then I got really distracted by the carrot on a stick. Dude, this is freaking genius. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, it's even going to go all the way down into here and be another mining area. Dude, what the... Oh my gosh, dude. The world building is wild. You even have like different factions and stuff of workers. Using Xmas Slice as a stick is brilliant. It actually is. It is absolutely brilliant. It's so good. What the heck? What am I watching right now? Forgot where the up thing was. There it is. It all works so well, too. Yeah, the freaking pulley system. Dude, what the... I'm like utilizing like pallets and stuff as props. This is the first construction site we've seen. I don't think we've ever seen a construction site before. Dude, they're like lifting full walls. What? Bro. It's freaking wild, dude. Wow. hesitate to say, is that everything? Zoom out from up there. I think we missed a lower area over on the other build. It's so good. Yeah, this is all survival, right? I don't think it's creative. Freaking nuts. Yeah, all survival. This is freaking wild, dude. So much going on. Same server as your first tour? Dang. It's crazy. I'm gonna give you an out of 10. I can't even give a grade. I have no words. It's such a unique concept. Something we've literally never seen before. Literal my head hurts. I've lost the ability to speak anymore. This is so ridiculous. That's everything? Dude. I hesitate saying it like, is that everything? Because, like, that's a wild amount of stuff. Yeah, 100 out of 10. My jaw fell on the floor out of 10. Don't worry about judging. He's just hires new staff to be judges. Mind-blowing, incredible work. Yeah, this was wild. No, these are those bases where I don't even know what to say anymore. Hey, you worked hard on this. Stop that. Rude dude. Dude, this is absolutely mind-blowing, dude. So freaking well done. There's just so much. Gotta say, as much as I freaking love this. Like, I love this. I am absolutely mind blown by this whole construction area. Is just like, as someone who's worked in the building industry for so long, like, this is such an interesting, the storytelling behind this. Like, I love the castles, I love the detail, the grid work and all that. I love the courtyard and all that. It's freaking awesome. But the level of effort put into making all of this happen, the storytelling of the mines and stuff, is like one of my favorite things we've ever seen now. The use, like, we've just never seen, like, bugs carrying things. It's just such a unique concept. Such a freaking unique concept. And executed very, very, very well. Even, like, just seeing, like, this. Like, I've never seen anyone have armor dummies carrying blocks. Like, it's freaking wild. Freaking sane, dude. We didn't even see this. It's like praying to the the granola bar god. Oh my gosh, dude. My head hurts. I don't even know what to say anymore. Very well done. Yeah, and on Xbox is pretty insane. Show the wolf spider area again. We can do that. We can do that. You're just gonna have to try harder, aren't we all? Base is so big it's daytime again, right? The last update, everything runs smooth as hell. Yeah, that's so nice. You won't try harder? This is pretty hard to beat, dude. I love this. The caves design is so good. Yeah, these are so cool. I love this. You're up to the challenge? I think there's a lot of people that could get to this level, but man. Turn that cave entrance below your castle into a mine now? Yeah, I don't blame you. This is freaking cool. Well, holy crap, man. Oh, of course. Of course there's a toilet. We had to end it on someone going to the bathroom in a toilet. I had to find it. We just casually missed that. But we found it. Speaking of holy crap. Oh my gosh. You guys are wild. Hot Sauce, thank you for letting us check this one out, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for pressuring Hot Sauce to let us take a look at this one. I know you're not fully finished with this, but dude, this is wild. This is the stuff even in progress that we have to see. The world needs to see this kind of stuff, man. This is freaking awesome. Pants shrink is the base girls. Are you saying what I think you're saying? Good job pressuring him, y'all. That was insane.
Just looking, I promise.
The tech. Secret tech. Holy cow. I feel bad making someone go after a base like that. Honestly. Alright, we got a rip pack number 4 for 0, right? Was it 4? Got distracted. There it is. Number 4. Yeah. Another Chaos Rising. See what we can do. We already hit a full art, so my hopes aren't high. But you never know. Flaffy. Full picks. Remeroid. Focus. Sliggoo. Emma. Deoxys. Skunk Tank. Ampharos. Prism Tower. And an energy. Ouch. It's all good, all good. Boo. Did you... We hit this earlier, Spencer. Oh, jeez. Hit that. But I already have 2 of these. I need the other full arts. I'll take it, though. Trade fodder. Be back, going to demo my base and start over. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's so early, but I also want to save bases for next week. We can do one more. This one was actually pretty cool too. The thing I definitely need to fix is all the lighting in the big areas. It definitely helps a lot. Definitely helps a lot. All right, one more awesome one to end the night. We got Ninja Boy here. Base just kind of located right in the middle here. It's an interesting little spot. We've seen bases in these areas, but this is a new kind of random location. So let's see. And I took a tour of this one by myself a little earlier. There's a lot going on. A lot going on. Luckily, I don't feel bad about having this one go after hot sauces, because, dude, this is another insane base. So working on it, and your interiors are very mid. Dude, I'm already very impressed with all this, like, from what the little I've seen from earlier today and stuff. Don't count. Don't sell yourself short by any means. Such an inspiring night, avatar trees, spider donkeys, and wasp slaves. I guess that is technically what they were. Your bounce bubs are bad. It takes those. It's all good. Don't ever feel sorry. It's all good. Little throne room. I love the just like chaotic connection of everything. I'm so bad at this sometimes that I love when you guys just have like controlled chaos is maybe like the right way to put it. There's just so much happening because I'm just so neat and organized, often too neat and organized. So I very much love seeing stuff like this again. Awesome. Very cool chandelier. Just gonna get lost, feels like, in the best way. Ah, okay, that's what's here. I forgot that is right here. Actually, I do know where we are. This doesn't even look remotely close to how this place normally looks. I love when places transform everything into just a totally different world, it feels like. Very cool. Like you say your interiors are mid. I appreciate the chaos of it, honestly. Because I am the worst at this. That's my biggest weakness, is the randomness. Feels very cool. In just a different style, you know? Which I think we all appreciate seeing. I want to know what goes through your guys' brain when you're laying these out, because like my brain is so rigid at times. Reminds you of mine a little? Yeah, yeah. It's like it's a good level of like controlled chaos. I think we have seen a base here. I love your exterior work. It's really cool. There's just so many cool little details going on. And it's like, there, with how much materials you're using, Ninja, like, it's not... It feels like it could be overwhelming, but it's like a good overwhelming, if that makes sense. Like, it's just enough chaos that it doesn't detract from the overall design. Like, there's enough symmetry between everything that it's not overwhelming, even though there's a lot of different pieces and materials going on, like in a good way. It creates very visually interesting like builds. Yeah, just like the points and the depth of everything, the different materials.
Counts as research.
It's really well done. Feeling like there's too much sometimes. I think there's too much in a good way, though. Is this everyone's style? Obviously not, but I think there are a lot of people that can appreciate the maybe more complicated exteriors. Like, really? It's not always... It doesn't always have to be this really clean, concise exterior to look good. There is a value for people to see how you can build with a ton of materials and still have it look really visually interesting. I think where it can struggle sometimes when some people design like this is there's not enough of the symmetry with the chaos, if that makes sense. So like you're very deliberate in how you're using the pieces, where yes, there's a lot of materials and stuff, but they're tied in a way that visually makes sense. It's not just like, well, I threw in a couple pieces here and a couple pieces there and a couple pieces there. Like, you can tell the pine and the red sort of follows like the exterior outline. It outlines sort of these like raised roofs and stuff, and then like you use a slightly different design on these lower areas. And so there's still a good like rhyme or reason to the whole thing to where it does work very well still. And I think the detailing is fun, right? Very fun. Chunky, we did view yours. Definitely after stream, when we end, you should definitely check that out. It was very fun. Very cool build. Been an awesome, awesome night of builds. But yeah, yours was very, very cool. Because I think I have seen builds that use a lot of detailing like this, and they can be visually overwhelming. And maybe there's certain spots that might be a little bit, but at the same time, like, it creates for a very visually appealing base. There's just a lot of cool details.
This counts as research.
A lot of cool little things happening. Somehow it's a lot going on, but it works. Like, my brain isn't overwhelmed by all the different things happening. That's one of the bounce web towers. But there's stairs. But the stairs don't go to the top. They're tricky, though. Bounce web towers are tricky, really. I mean, I don't feel like that was that bad. Apparently, I'm not a bougie enough builder. I'm not using axle chests. Everybody's using axle chests now. Yeah, I'm loving it. This is also a great way to, like, it just... Too much repetition can suck sometimes. So I do appreciate that there's not a bunch of just repeating patterns. I think it looks really good. Yeah, these were we talking about earlier. These types of designs and stuff look really good on the roofs. Same thing using pieces like this. Love the little spikes coming out of the sides and stuff. That's only one half of it. Yeah, because, like, even with the materials, like, I think this is what helps tie it together is it's these little decisions, like to use a corbel here instead of just another triangle, mushroom triangle piece. Like, you get these little moments where these, like, connect into each other. And so it, like, everything feels more intentional because of things. Whether you absolutely meant to do that specific little thing or not, like, those things work really well together. And it ties into the roof of using a crow piece that has this coming across. Like, these little pieces tie in together really well. Even though there's multiple roof materials all used in one space, the little decisions like that really add up in a good way. It kind of reminds me, kind of how I designed the sandbox tower that I made, the castle in that. Where, like, there was so much detail packed up, and a lot of people never really even got to see a lot of those details, but a lot of it ended up with just a lot of crazy layering and details of adding in stuff like this, and I really enjoy it. Very cool. And again, you got to think a little different to lay spaces out like this, which I appreciate. There's not a single dull moment in this base, which is nice. These look really good. Yeah, these little decisions look really good. The lighting to make these green with the grass, like, it ties it together even though there's a lot happening. There's little things you're doing that, like, visually tie everything back into each other. Because, yeah, like with the green on the floors, looks very good. Like, breaking walls up and stuff so it's not super repetitive. Love these light supports and stuff in these areas. Buggy area. And, like, the structural pieces holding all this together looks really good. Yeah, everything's just so visually interesting. There's never a dull moment, which is something I can appreciate. I don't look at anything and feel like there's any lack of details. And some people may say that it's overly done or whatever it is, but I think at the end of the day, I think it creates for a really unique, visually designed base. There's your spoder. Where is he? Hey, you have a guest. Yikes. So much. Interesting. I even missed that. Okay. Almost missed it. Almost. Finish the outer wall ASAP. Those guys can be pretty annoying. Jerks. Yeah. I had a feeling it was going to look pretty cool at night, too. The lighting is very cool. Really well done. You know, oftentimes the interiors don't have to be anything crazy when you just have really cool details like this. Like, they don't have to be more than this. Sure, there's some areas where you could think about, like, my only thing so far is, like, how do you do more stuff like this? Like, that's so things like this aren't sitting on the ground, but like you're doing things like this that work really well. How do you take something like this and take it to that level, you know, like raise that a little bit? Those are the only things that I like look at and think they could be taken a little further. Like, so much of it is already there. Maybe an interior thing that works really well is like what we just saw from Hot Sauce. Like, place armor dummies down, doing things in the space is a big one. Like, how are having armor dummies that interact with things can really help. Just adds a huge amount of detail, because the rest, like the design of the walls and the roofs, the ceilings, all of that, the lights, like I have nothing to say on that. I think it looks really, really visually interesting. It only comes down to those little things, and the spaces, like there's just so many bugs right now. It's hard to like think of everything, but how do you look at museums and stuff, look at like exhibits and those little things? A great one that I really liked way back when we looked at Alfredo's base, the Eiffel Tower. If you find the Eiffel Tower build he did, and it's in one of the thumbnails on one of these Tour Tuesday videos in the VODs on my YouTube, that is a great one to look at. He had some really cool exhibits for bugs and stuff. Like how to like place them in walls and stuff a little bit more, so they're a little bit more of the design itself can help. They're hard. They are. I think this works well. It's just, it's a really big design, right? It's hard to do a ton of these because it just, you would need twice this area, even probably 3 or 4 times this area. Maybe you're building up, I don't know all the plans for how you want to expand this kind of stuff. But it is hard to build an exhibit for like every single one of them, but like this works. Like having an interesting space in a simple little area like that works totally fine. Add some like little things, wall weapon mounts, those sort of things on there, and it's good. Maybe like floor design in an area like this, but that affects like how you're doing the stuff below, which can be a little difficult. Maybe some of those are like raising the floor up a little bit to give yourself room, or finding a way to throw stuff on top. Rugs can be a good thing as well to break up the floors like this. But yeah, I mean, I don't think the interiors are bad by any means. They're just need a little oomph in some areas. And that's maybe the harder part of designing spaces like this, is when you're not really intentional with how a space is laid out from the beginning. It can be a little difficult to, like, you're kind of you have leftover space is kind of how I always thought about it. So it's difficult to design in spaces like this, because you design something really cool on the outside, you design really cool ceilings, and then it's like, okay, now how do I fill it? Whereas oftentimes the mindset I try to have is, how do I want the space to look? And then give myself the space to achieve that and work on the outside in tandem a little bit, which is hard when you're this far along. Like, you can't really change that mindset mid-build. It's very difficult to just go and be like, all right, let me rethink everything. Because I wouldn't go and change the outside sort of thing. And overall, I think the insides work. I mean, you're just finding ways to fill space like this. It's only a few spaces that feel a little empty, that feel a little under-designed. Whereas, like, the majority of it is carried by the way you design the roofs and all these things. Like, the way you lay these out, like, it's enough to make an interior space really look really cool. Because a lot of really cool buildings are not, like, look at a church. Some of the best cathedrals ever made. It's just really cool architectural design that doesn't have anything but, like, church pews. And it still looks incredible on the inside. So it doesn't have to be overly filled with stuff to look good. I can get, after seeing some of the more, like, world building type spaces, sometimes you can look, it's easy to look at, like, open space like this and be like, what do I do with all of this? But that doesn't always necessarily mean it needs it. It's nice to have if you have the space and stuff, but it's not always necessary. Because I think I'm enjoying just looking at all of the detail work in here. I think it's very well done. It's very interesting to look at. And bug museums are hard. They take a ton of space. I think unless you're specifically planned the entire time to do a bug museum, it can be really difficult to add a bug museum to a space. But I think it's awesome. It's very well done. The only comments I have, like, I don't think I would change anything on the exteriors. I don't think I'd change anything about any of this. I like that the space you picked and the areas you built and the way these, like, all connect, I think is really, really cool. I love the different designs, and there's enough, like, visually connected pieces that I enjoy everything, but everything's, like, so unique the whole way through. I think it works really well. It really just comes down to, like, it's like these three spaces are the only things that feel a little empty. And so maybe finding a way to make those, like, I wouldn't want to change this. I wouldn't want to change this, the stuff under it as well. It's maybe instead of bug museum, I would maybe lean towards, like, exterior rooftop spaces. Maybe they're restaurant spaces. Bug museums are nice. Maybe they go in a different spot, right? Like, don't feel like you have to force something into these spaces that are visually cool. Make another, as all great builders say, make another base. Pick a different spot. I mean, maybe is there a location here you were liking? Maybe there's something cool you can do with the Burgle spatula, and you could build a museum up on here. Like, maybe the space is back here. Like, there's so much room here, and you're already getting to that, like, sprawling village city type, like, vertical city type build. Don't be afraid to go and keep working and don't force a bug museum here if it doesn't work, right? How are you going to fit all the bugs? Yeah, and there's, like, if you didn't originally plan, not only are there a lot of bugs right now, there are going to be, like, double the amount of bugs by the end of this game. Like, so you really have to, when you're designing something like a museum or an armory, like, those spaces really have to be thought through for the future of this game, which is a little hard. It's incredibly hard to do with a space you kind of are, like, held into already with the design. And I think these spaces, I think if you made like a 2 or 3 story restaurant type design, or an armory, would be a little easier because the pieces are smaller. You can, like, tuck them in a little bit easier. I think messing with something like that would work really well in these spaces. Like, I automatically think of, I've seen some really cool multi-tiered restaurants, and I think something like this could be really cool because you could have these, like, balconies. Some of these could change to, like, pine cone and stuff, so you can still see through. And imagine, like, seating areas in here. And this is one idea. It doesn't have to be a restaurant. This is just me spitballing an idea right off the top of my head. More of, like, a private room with a couple fancy chairs, and then, like, or a couple fancy tables for, like, high rollers. Same thing, like, down here. Like, you could do something like that as well. And then you have these, like, really nice staircases, and you build some, like, pine cone railings to make them look nice and fancy. Then you have this larger rooftop deck eating space, and it could be a lot of different things. I think you could do the same thing more with, like, an armory as well. This space is more sized to that. Little hard because the arches, I think, look really cool. I don't necessarily think I would want to change these. So finding something like a restaurant, like a kitchen area, like those types of things might just work better, because these open spaces work really well for filling tables and all those types of things in, to fill much more simply than trying to fit massive bugs. Because, like, where are you going to fit the boss bugs? Where are you going to fit all the different things? It becomes a very difficult task, I think, to force something where it doesn't necessarily want to fit. And it doesn't do the design work you've already done justice. Whereas reinventing the idea and finding some new idea might be just an easier direction instead of just, like, pounding your head against a wall, which I think is where a lot of people get stuck and can get really frustrated. Because I think you could just as easily come over here and build a freaking epic museum out in this huge open space. Or go down and do it down off of the sides or something. Like, there's so much space around here that you don't have to hold yourself to that. I think the rest of it works really well. And even like this, you could make more of a bug barn. In another space, and not feel like you're stuck, and just use that idea of more world building types things. You giving us emotional support speech? I mean, don't we all need it a little bit? I can understand. I can see. I've been exactly where Ninja Boy is right now, like where spaces just don't work the way you want them to, but you absolutely love the rest of a design. And pivoting. Pivoting is the best thing I can do. Like, don't force anything. There's no reason to. Yeah, we all need it. I don't think I would want to change the layout of this. I like how all of this is working so well. I think it's a really, like, wildly interesting space. And so finding something else that works better and then just pivot it, and it's like, then you can finish this and then you can go build a bug museum somewhere else, and then you have all the fun in the world you have another project to work on. So then it's the genius of building massive city type builds is there's always another project to work on. And there's nothing wrong with pivoting out of an idea and putting it somewhere else where it's going to be more successful. Because, like, this all looks so freaking good, dude. I love the towers. Makes me want to rework some of my towers and stuff. And, like, I'm seeing these details. I'm like, this looks awesome. I want to start using some pine like this because it looks really good with pumpkin. Yeah, there's a lot of good things happening. There is honestly a lot of good things happening. And even like that is like, I think the only thing, again, the only thing I feel like is struggling with your base is that it feels like you're seeing space and trying to fill it. And sometimes it's just like, there's nothing wrong with it being a little bit more open, a little bit more just like cool spaces to walk through. A lot of architecture, I mean, every skyscraper has some ridiculous entry room that's just opulent randomness that has no function other than you walk into a cool space. And so putting in, yeah, as Hot Sauce says, putting in armor dummies, just doing things can add those details. And then if this space doesn't feel like a buggy barn is the right spot for it, especially because we may not have enough room when we get even more buggies, the new buggy could be massive and not fit in here. Go make a buggy barn somewhere else and add just cool looking spaces that don't necessarily have to function. Because you're at the point where a lot of what you're building isn't necessarily functional anymore. You built the functional part of the base and storage and stuff in these areas, so now it's like, you can just have fun with it. Nothing about Hot Sauce's base outside of the storage crafting areas was a functional base. I guess it was a functioning mine in a game that doesn't have mining. So, like, it's just fun at that point. Think through fun ideas you can fill space with that are maybe things that don't make any sense whatsoever. Because the rest of it's, like, visually really, really appealing. I think you've done an incredible exterior design and stuff, and the interiors don't have to be more than just cool. And yeah, your towers are awesome. This is going to be freaking sick. Both of them, like, honestly. It gives off, like, the fantasy, whimsical vibe that I think is what's fun about a game like this. Like, it doesn't have to be real. Because everything else works. I mean, structurally, it makes sense. Visually, the depth, the layering, the materials, like, it's a really visually cool base. Very incredibly unique too, like so different from anything else we've ever seen. Multiple really unique, crazy bases tonight, and like, you guys are all like such completely different builders and designers, which is really cool. Again, like, you utilize the space really well. You've done really cool designs and make the functional things elsewhere. Want to trim your bug museum, make a chessboard, 12 bugs have a square. That's a good way to do it too. Or build a massive base anywhere else. I think there's a lot of cool things you could do with all of this space. This is a cool spot. When you start cutting away some of the grass and stuff, I think there's a lot of cool stuff. You could start connecting bridges to all sorts of different areas. There's a lot you can do over here. You got all sorts of cool stuff. Gotta let your mind explore the other ideas of how you could keep expanding, and I think you'll do great with it. Yeah, I mean, other than that, very little to say. I think you're heading in a great direction, honestly. I think it will work very well. This looks like League of Legends anime. Yeah, kind of does. It's very, like, futuristic, but also kind of like Asian architecture, but also like Viking architecture. It's a lot of different styles. A lot of different cool styles coming together. The very unique styling, which is fun. Really good combinations of just cool different things. Yeah, Ninja Boy, thank you for letting us check this one out for the last one of the night. It was very cool. I think there's a lot of cool stuff going on. I think a lot of good future expansion ideas that you can work with. And just keep messing with things. Keep add more big buildings and stuff, and I think you'll be set. Yeah, very epic. It's the best base I've ever seen. I do like it. I like it a lot. Definitely one of the more unique designs. A little everything. Yeah, I mean, everyone tonight, you guys, we've had a lot of epic nights of builds. It's always, I freaking love, this is why I love doing this, because I never know what we're going to get into. I just have a bunch of people reach out, and all of a sudden I'm like, my jaw was on the floor all night. But absolutely epic night of bases. I'm going to save the last 3 on the list. So Void, Smokin', and Raiderloon. I'm going to save you guys for next Tuesday since it's already almost 10:30. And I don't want to have 2 bases for next week. I'm hoping a couple other people... Uh-oh, Glitch Games. Thank you for the 28-person raid. We are actually just ending stream. The timing. What's up, Joe? How's it going, my man? Hope you're doing good. We are literally just ending. But if you guys want more epic tours, make sure to rewatch the VOD. We checked out some of the most insane builds tonight. It was freaking awesome. I am leaving a little early tonight. We have like 3 bases left, so I got to save a couple for next week. So we are ending like 30-40 minutes slightly earlier than we normally would. So sorry about that, everyone. But every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are checking out amazing, awesome Grounded 2 builds. We may even check out some Grounded 1 builds at some point. But yeah, epic night. If you guys don't have anything, if you're not watching live streams, check out the VOD. This VOD will be up on YouTube if you want to go check out some of the awesome builds we checked out tonight. They were incredible. Shoot it to me in Discord there, D-Guns. That'd be best. But yes, I'm going to call it here for the night. We will be back tomorrow evening working on my mega build. If you aren't part of our Discord and you want to stay up to date when I'm going live and everything, make sure to join the Discord. Also, if you want your base to be viewed, oops, got to type it correctly. You can reach out to me on Discord as well. Shoot me your Xbox username, and I will get you added to the list. Yes, I never really raid. I'm really bad at it. But yeah, epic night. Thank you guys all for hanging out with me, checking out these freaking awesome builds. Again, I will be back tomorrow night building on my mega build in Grounded. And then we are not streaming Friday this week. I think I'm going to be streaming Saturday because I will be at a concert Friday night with the wifey. So we'll be having a good time. But we should have some adult drink Saturday instead of adult drink Friday. And we'll build and have a good time. But appreciate everyone. Thank you for the support. Thank you for chilling with me tonight. And I will I'll catch everybody at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. Peace.